Hello YouTube. I just wanted to take a few minutes to make this video. So I've taken some time to think about what I'm going to be doing with this channel going forward, and I pretty much decided that everything I said last time, while in some ways it would have been good, I think it just wouldn't work out too well. So I'm going to go back to doing things mostly the way I used to do them. So the problem with sort of having the two different types of map video thing going on is that, for one thing, it's just kind of confusing to people. Like, I think a lot of people would just sort of not understand that dynamic, and I don't want to have to deal with constantly trying to explain it to people. And I think that there would also be a good number of people that would just be reluctant to ask for reviews. Because maybe it would feel like they were asking for something extra or something special. So I think the old adage applies: keep it simple, stupid. And I really do want to keep it simple. So I think the best thing to do going forward is just have the same response video for everybody who requests a map. So I'm saying it right now: if you want me to review your map, just leave the name and the map ID, and everybody's going to get the same type of review. Now let me talk about how I'm going to be doing these reviews. So a good pilot that I've already put out there is Dario Batelli's map that he asked me to play, the TechBase, classic TechBase M1. So check out how I did that video, and that's pretty close to what all the videos are going to be like going forward. So the first part is I'm just going to do my first time reaction live play with the commentary, and then once I move into the post-map analysis, I'm going to record that at my desktop on the microphone. But before I record it, I'll have played the map a second time, and I'll have opened it in the editor. And as I'm doing my review, you'll see I'll have background images of the map put in to sort of highlight certain things that I might be talking about. Nothing too fancy, but just something more than the sort of the static menu screen that I always have. And I think that's just something more interesting visually, and I think it helps while I'm doing my post-map analysis. Now, if you're thinking it's going to be some edited up, chopped up nonsense, no. I mean, the review, when I record the review part of it, that's all just going to be one live take, and that's going to be like however long it's going to be. So for those of you who are worried that I was going to, not be doing the whole stream of consciousness sort of deep dive that I've come to appreciate now that people let me know that they actually enjoy that part of my reviews. I'm not going to be getting rid of that. It's going to be just as good as it was before. And I don't think that there's any situation in which me having played the map a second time and having looked at the editor is going to give me a worse, anything but better quality feedback. Because the problem I always had was when I just play a map once, I really do miss a lot of stuff, and it's not really in my memory as well as if I play it, let it simmer in my mind, and then just sort of go back and play it a couple days later. Then it really sticks with me better, and it's easier for me to sort of talk about what happened and what I really thought about it. And sometimes my opinion of a map can change if just a little bit of time passes. Like, it's the same thing with films. Like, if I watch a movie, like, oh yeah, that new Star Wars movie, it's pretty good. I'll say that walking out of the theater. Then a few days later, I'm like, well, man, that movie sucked. I never want to watch it again. So, like, sometimes just letting things sit in your mind for a little bit of time can kind of, once you can sort of mentally digest it, it does change your opinion quite a bit. So I think taking that extra time is going to really result in some better quality feedback. And It can only be good. It can only be good. So if you want to get an idea of what that looks like, check out my most recent upload, the Dario Batelli map, classic tech base M1, I believe it was called. You can watch the review, and that's basically a rough draft of what all of the reviews are going to be like going forward, and they're all going to be the same. It doesn't matter how you ask me to review your map. You're gonna get the same type of format for your the review video. So I want to make that very clear. And honestly, I like doing it that way a lot more for another reason, which is that doing my commentary in the game menu can kind of be a pain. For one thing, I have to compete with the background music of the map while I'm giving my review. So sometimes I'll be in the middle of giving my review, and I'll be trying to focus and think and kind of trying to express some sort of thought, and then all of a sudden I'll hear and it's like it's kind of distracting, like, oh shit, I forgot there's this music, and it's like it can be kind of annoying, right? Trying to focus on talking about it, doing a map review, and you got this music that keeps popping in and out. Plus, there have been times also where I'll forget to set the match to private. Like if it's a multiplayer map, I'll forget to set it to private, and then I've actually had this happen where people jump into the match lobby with me as I'm giving my review, and they're just hearing me talk on chat, thinking like, what the hell? And that's distracting, because then I gotta boot them out and maybe start over. Or I'll have random pop-ups that show up that say like, hey, there's a new version of Rocket League, gotta install an update, and getting player messages and just all kinds of distractions while I'm doing that. And that is not helpful at all. I'd much rather just be recording it at my desk in relative quiet, and it's a lot easier to focus that way, trust me. So that's what I wanted to put out as far as the way I'm going to be doing my maps. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sort of confuse people with making these sudden changes, but I just needed some time to sort of think about it. And I want to say again, I appreciate all the comments and feedback I got. That really helped change my mind on some things. I thought for sure that the commentary was kind of an unnecessary thing that maybe some people just wanted to skip past, or not they only wanted to see me playing the map portion of it. I didn't realize just to the extent that there actually is an audience for the sort of in-depth talk about sort of the finer details of these maps, because I think we all play a lot of Snap Map. We all have a lot in common as far as sort of our experience. So it's nice to listen to somebody talk in depth about their experience and kind of what they think, and oftentimes that resonates with people, and like it's interesting because people listen to me talk about something that went on in a map, and like, yeah, that happened to me too. Like I couldn't figure out where to go. I got lost, and I had to quit, and I thought that was bullshit, or yeah, I thought that was cool, and like we have a lot that we can relate about, and I think that's pretty interesting and pretty cool. Which brings me to another topic, sort of a side note, but go ahead and give me your feedback on this. I've been thinking about doing, from time to time, doing like a Snap Map, these little 10-minute or so Snap Map philosophy episodes. Oh, maybe they'll be longer. I don't know how long. These little Snap Map philosophy episodes where it's like Snap Map philosophy episode 1, custom geo, and I'll just pick a topic that has something to do with Snap Map, and I'll just talk about it for however long. It won't even be me playing the map. It'll literally just be me talking about something to do with Snap Map, and something that we all find interesting, and then I can give sort of my view on it, my take on it, and then people can comment and share their thoughts. And I don't want to set myself up as some guru that just knows everything about Snap Map, but I think I have. I don't know. I think I have some experience. I think I think I do have something to say about some of these topics. But I think it'd be interesting, more importantly, because there's a lot of different elements of Snap Map that we all experience and that we all deal with that that we don't really discuss, and it would be interesting to say, like, have an episode where I talk about maybe what it's like to be in the community spotlight, or to have an episode where we talk about player psychology, or have an episode where we talk about how to implement story elements, narrative elements into your map, and what to do and what not to do, and just experiences we've all had, and just different topics. Maybe like people can suggest interesting topics, just things to do with Snap Map that you can just talk about. Since that's what a lot of people like about this channel anyway, is just sort of the in-depth discussion about these things that we all sort of share in common. So let me know if that's something anyone would be interested in me doing, and I'll definitely do it. There's a whole lot of different stuff to talk about with Snap Map. It's a pretty broad topic actually when you get into it. So I don't want this to drag on too long. This is supposed to be a quick update, but I just want to say, basically, I'm going to go back to the old style, and I want to thank everybody for their input. I want to thank everybody for watching and liking these videos. If you got a map you'd like to recommend for me to play, please leave it in the comments with a map ID, and I'll go ahead and play it just as soon as I can. And have a nice weekend, everybody. Until next time, peace out.